Following an industrial event, a witness's memory may be compromised by a couple of things. There may be a delay between when that event occurred and when you can actually sit down and talk to a witness. During that delay, we know that a witness's memory may decay for the incident. It's very natural for a person to sit down and talk to another person who also experienced that event. But unfortunately, what happens is when people get together, they may hear what the other person has to say and they may start to edit their own statement. So they may delete details about the incident, or they might start to change the details of the event to be more consistent with the other person. Suboptimal questioning practices with a witness after an event can also affect that witness's recollection and the quality and quantity of information that you get from them. We developed the SAI investigative tool to address these points, to get information quickly and efficiently from people. The SAI employs cognitive theory, it implies best practice interviewing techniques, and it puts it into a paper and pencil form in order to get the best information from an interviewee and a witness to an industrial event. Once you've identified the witnesses to the event, the first thing you want to do is to motivate them to do the SAI to the best of their ability. So the first thing you want to share is that the information that they've got is critical to your investigation. They've got the information about what occurred, you don't. So you need all of that information. Also, you want to stress to them to share as much information as possible, even if they think that you know it already. So put it out there. You want everything about the incident. And last, the reason why you're doing this investigation is to hopefully prevent this kind of an event from happening in the future. So also share that with them. This form is going to be like nothing that they've done before. And so you need to communicate that to them, that this is something completely different. So the first thing they want to do is to read the instructions very carefully and to follow them to the best of their ability. Secondly, you want to suggest to them that there's no rush, that they can take as much time as they want to in order to complete the form. The third is that if they have any questions, that they can come and talk to you about it. So if they're unclear in a certain section or not entirely sure how to complete something, that you're there to answer questions if they need it. And last, that it's okay to write that they don't know. If they don't know the answer to something, it's better that they put that on the form rather than try and search and find information for you that they're not confident about. Next, you want to share with them that this is an independent activity. It's important for you to understand whether you've got independent statements or whether you have statements that have been informed by other people. It's possible that they did sit down and talk with someone else before you arrived. And if that's the case, there is a section on the form where they can put that information down. In addition, I understand that some people might need a little bit of support, maybe understanding what the form is asking, maybe their reading level isn't very good or ESL is an issue. In cases like that, an ideal situation is that the person supporting them was not a witness to the event and is truly just someone there helping them through navigating the form. In order to get the best information from the SAI, we want the SAI completed at the scene whenever possible. Try to provide the witness with a nice quiet place near the scene where it's comfortable for them to sit down and to complete it. There may be instances where you can't get to a witness before they leave the scene. And in events like that, please send them a copy of the SAI and encourage them to complete it as soon as possible for you, and then put it in an envelope and send it back to you. If you do need to send a SAI to a witness, we encourage you to send it as a hard copy and not electronically. Ideally, the SAI will make the investigation process more efficient and more effective for you. So in a couple of ways it does this. First of all, it can obtain a great amount of witness information, a number of witness statements in a very timely manner because you can distribute the form to a number of witnesses post-event. Another thing about the SAI is that it can enable you to prioritize how you want to approach those witnesses. So you may collect a number of SAIs in, you can think about what your priorities are in the investigation, and you can think about triaging how you interview witnesses based on the type of information that you need to get. Some additional key points that you want to remember about the SAI is we want to ensure good control and record keeping regarding who has forms, when they should be back, and who's following up on those forms. Also, we want to ensure that we're prepared when we approach a scene, so have multiple copies of the form in your bag as well as a number of extra pens for people to be able to complete the form. And lastly, before giving the witness the SAI, make sure that you fill out the contact information on the last page. That's got your name and your telephone number or your contact information. That's for the witness. They're going to tear that off and take it with them. And if they have any questions, they can follow up with you about the process later on. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions about the use of the SAI, please contact your manager.